Oh hey, do you want to look shredded, but you always end up being skinny? Or you always cut too much calories and there's nothing to see? That's okay. In this video, I'm going to give you the difference between being shredded and being lean. Well, I'm guessing most people don't want to just be lean, but if that's what you want, I'll give you a recipe. But if you want to be shredded, that takes time and it's hard. Or maybe not as much. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start with my story. At some point in the past, I wanted to look muscular. I wanted to look more shredded. So my strategy was to cut more calories or eat less. So possibly I would have less fat covering my abs, every other place, and they would be more defined. The muscles would be more defined, right? So I started cutting all the calories all the way to less than 1,000 calories. That's almost like nothing in a day. And I was suffering. But I got pretty lean. No fat, nothing. Just cup of sticks, I would say. So getting lean is easy. The recipe is to eat less and give it enough time. And it's pretty fast, probably a month or two, depending on how much fat you have. But if that's all you care about and you want to get lean, just eat less. But if you want to get shredded, that's a totally separate conversation. Because to get shredded, you need enough muscle mass to show the muscles. You need to be lean enough to show the muscles. So both of those at the same time. Lean and more muscle. So how do you do that? I guess the starting point is that most people want to get lean and then they're like, we're going to build the muscle. And that's totally fine. So they'll cut the calories. And I did the same thing. I cut my calories, I get lean, and now I'm going to start making more muscle. But now I got to eat more. I got to get more calories to be able to build the muscle. But with more calories and the whole process of building muscle, you'll gain a little bit of fat. And I do the same. And that feeling is not good because you spend so much time leaning down just to go back and feel like a little bit fat. And that is the biggest problem for everyone, and that's a mental game for most of the bodybuilders, I would say, because they want to gain more muscle, but they don't actually want to get fat, which doesn't happen at all. If they gain more muscle, they gain a little bit of fat too. So they have to be okay with that, and you have to be okay with that. So don't cut too much calories and eat enough to be able to grow. Everyone's going to say, be at your surplus. There's so many websites to figure that part out. Yes, they'll give you a rough estimate. But for me, for example, I found that those estimates are never true. And I have to see based on practice and experience over time what gives me the best results. So start with, 2,000 calories based on your weight, blah, 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 all of the websites out there. And then track your weight. If it's going up, and everyone's going to tell you week over week by a pound, by half a pound. If you're going that much, and I'll tell you, you'll get fat. And you don't want to work out in the first place at all. So don't do that. If you're getting too fat that you're not comfortable with, don't bulk more. Stop. That's a point for you to cut down a little bit and then go back again. But if you can convince yourself that in the long term, this is going to help you to get more shredded and build more muscle, then that's perfect. It's hard for me to do it. I'm sure it's hard for everyone else to do it. But if you can do it, you're golden. That's the golden rule. Convince yourself that even though you're getting a little bit fat, you'll build a lot of muscle, considering that you're lifting heavier weights and you're consistent with that and you're overloading. Basically what that means that you're lifting more week over week or month over month, and you're not just lifting the same weight over and over again. But here's another problem with cutting more. Because if you cut more calories and eat less, you won't have enough energy to lift at the gym at all. So if you're not lifting in the gym, then you won't build muscle. Yes, so you ate less, you suffered, you can't lift, so you feel weaker instead of stronger, and at the end of the day, you will be lean instead of shredded. You don't want to go there. And if you're eating more, you're more comfortable because you're eating more. Who doesn't want to eat more? Then you can lift more at the gym, then you feel stronger. That's better for you. You're happier, I'm happier, everyone's happier when you're stronger. And then last but not least, if you don't have enough muscle mass to begin with, no matter how much you eat, how much you lift, how much you cut down, all of those things, it doesn't matter in the great scheme of things. So you want to make sure, what does that mean? Because so many people tell you that you don't have enough muscle mass to begin with. So you just got to keep lifting and eating more to get there. But when do I get there? That's a question that I always ask. And here's the answer. It's not easy, but if you cut down enough and instead of looking muscular, you look lean and flat, then you know you don't have enough muscle mass. Because you can go lean as much as you want, but there's nothing there to show. And you have to go even leaner, and you go there, and then that means that you're losing more muscle, then it's just like way worse, right? So if you cut down and you get super lean and you don't have enough muscle to show, or it's super hard for you to get that lean, then you realize that you don't have enough muscle. Then you go back and you start eating more. And as you're eating more and you're lifting heavier, then you build more muscle. Then you realize in your next cut, and next time you want to get lean, it's much easier because you have bigger muscles, you have more muscles, and you're probably more consistent with everything you've learned before that, right? So you bulk and then you cut again and you realize, holy shit, it's much better than before, but I'm not there yet again. You realize that. You will never get there. It's just a matter of process. It's just a little bit closer, and there's no ending to it. It's a cycle. So you want to bulk, get lean, bulk, get lean, bulk, get lean, until you're happy and satisfied with the way that you look, you will never be satisfied, which is fine. So don't make a mistake of cutting too much calories, eating too little, and not being able to lift heavy at the gym, and or starting with no muscle and expecting to look like this guy or that guy. Not gonna happen. That's fine. Give it time. So just to wrap everything up, getting lean is hard because you have to cut down on your calories, but it's super fast. In a month or two, you can cut down a lot of fat. But again, it's hard. Getting shredded seems to be much easier because you eat more, you lift heavier, feel stronger. You just have to give it more time. So easy, more time versus hard and fast. Which one would you pick? Comment below, let me know which one would you prefer. Being lean or being shredded. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, peace.